Cubs, looking for starting rotation depth, have now entered negotiations with veteran Lance Lynn on a 1-year MLB contract. I'm going to give y'all a few minutes to jump into the live right now. I know everyone's at work right now. It's 12:30 Central. Maybe I'm catching a few of you on lunch. Let me know in the comments what you think of this signing. There's no details yet. We don't have any contract information. We don't know if he has signed a $3 million contract, a $5 million contract. I'm guessing it's probably somewhere in that. Is it going to be a minor league contract? Is it going to be a major league contract? Jack says good player. Yes, he is, Jack. I'm going to post this on X too. If you guys don't mind, we're going to go probably about 10 minutes here talking about this. If you don't mind just jumping in and sharing your thoughts on all this, and also sharing this with some people on your socials. We want to get some people in here. So I'm going to just go ahead and post this really quick on my X. I'm going to go over some stats. I'm going to go over some thoughts, because this is, let's be honest, this is a controversial signing. Lance Lynn, former Cardinal, former Dodger, former White Sox, former Yankee. He's played on all the teams that we have just learned to absolutely hate in our Cubs years. He, though, has been a stud. We cannot deny that. We cannot deny that he has been an absolute stud. The only time in his career that he has not been a above zero WAR player was with the lowly White Sox in 2023. So I don't even count that. Jeff says, how has he been in the past few years? We're going to go over those stats in just a second. Braxton says, imagine if we put the money we gave to mid players to one good player. Yeah, for sure. I get it. What one good player is there out there right now in free agency, though, is the question. So you have what you have. Javier Assad is not going to be the fifth starter to start the season. You don't like having Colin Ray as your fifth starter. If this is a major league signing and he's your fifth starter, I like this a lot better than any other options except for Ben Brown. I think Ben Brown should be the fifth starter, will be a fifth starter. And I still believe, if you haven't been following a lot of our stuff, D-Rob is good. Good point, Jack. Yes, but we already have a very complicated bullpen situation. So adding David Robertson would also just complicate things even more. But I believe that the Cubs will use this kind of quasi six-man rotation, meaning they don't believe that Matt Boyd is going to give them 30 starts this year. They don't believe that some combination of Ben Brown or Colin Ray or Javier Assad will do the job for a full fifth-man rotation. So they're probably going to have six guys. So you might see Ben Brown still making starts. You might see Colin Ray still making starts despite Lance Lynn being signed now. Braxton says there were plenty to start the year. There were plenty what to start the year. Sorry, I might have missed that comment at the right time here. Here's some stats, though. In the last couple of years, he was really good last year with the Cardinals. 3.84 ERA, 117 innings. According to Baseball Reference, which is where I'm at right now, a .3 WAR player. If you get that out of your fifth starter or a sixth starter, if you just he had 23 starts. If you have a fifth or sixth starter with a 3.84 ERA making 23 starts, I'm okay with that. I really like that. How old is he? Lance Lynn is 37 years old, going to turn 38 on May 12th. So there you go. He's up there in age. I don't think there's anything negative about the signing. Now, if you tell me that he signed for $8 million, I'm going to be like, whoa, hold the phone. We could have used that money at the trade deadline. That's a lot of money. I think he's going to be around $3-4 million. What do you guys think? How much do you think it's going to be for? Why don't we get Flaherty? A lot of reasons. I don't know. It's a good question, Redneck Outdoorsman, but I think there was a lot of risk with that one as well. Although the Tigers got him for a pretty good deal. What was it? It's like $30 million the first year and then 10 the second, or vice versa. Maybe it's the opposite. I can't remember off the top of my head. Blows my mind why we don't get Luis Castillo or Dylan Cease type of guy. Dylan Cease and Luis Castillo are not free agents, and they would cost a ton of prospects. The Mariners and the Padres were asking for a lot. So Lance Lynn, two-time All-Star in 2019, according to Baseball Reference. Even though he was not an All-Star, He was a 7.7 WAR player. Wow. I mean, I don't know. And let's go to Fangraphs too. Fangraphs, if we're going to talk about WAR, Lance Lynn. Fangraphs has Lance Lynn overall in the same year in 2019, 6.8. So not terribly far off. The crazy thing to me about that is in that year, yeah, he had over 200 innings pitched, 208. But the ERA was 367. That's not like all that good. It's good, but it's not like, wow. He didn't have an under 3 ERA. He made 33 starts. In the last, let's just go down the line. Since COVID, 2021, 28 starts, 21 starts, 32 starts, 23 starts. In 2003, as mentioned, he was, according to Baseball Reference, a negative WAR player, but according to Fangraphs, he was actually still positive, 0.5. Had a 5.73 ERA. That's really his only bad season in the majors. 2018 wasn't all that good, 4.77 ERA. So he's had 2 bad seasons in the major leagues. In 21, he was a 2.69 ERA. 22, a 3.99 ERA. This last year, like I said, a 3.84 ERA. Innings pitched in the last 4 years. 157 in 2021, 121, 183, and 117. So I like it. The personality, what this feels like, it kind of feels like a John Lackey type of deal. He's an absolute bulldog. He's hilarious. If you ever seen, you guys ever see the post-game conference where he got hit in the head and he's like, no, I'm fine. It hit my hat. And the reporter was like, hit your hat like it's not a helmet. And he's like, oh, it's not? He's got some personality in him. We'll say that. All right, let's go to some of the comments here. As a White Sox fan, Lance Lynn is not breaking news. He is a 37-year-old pitcher that no good, who is very crabby. You don't want him in your clubhouse. I would have been crabby if I was in the White Sox clubhouse too. Sorry, brother. Good news, says Barb. Lance Lynn won't come here for a haircut, born to run 99. Yes, again. Stephen Dunn, gross. Why is it gross, Stephen? I mean, sure. Yes, White Sox. Yes, Cardinals. Yes, Dodgers. Yes, Yankees. He's been on all the teams that we don't really care for. But again, I look at the situation. If Javier Assad isn't on the IL right now, do we still make this move? I don't know. But as a 5th starter, if you get 20 starts, he's going to need some ramping up. He's probably going to, I don't know if this is a minor league deal, if this is a major league deal, we don't know yet, but he's probably going to need some version of, I don't know how that's going to work if it's a major league deal. That's why I think it's probably going to be a minor league deal. But he's going to need some version of a ramp up period. And if he starts to make starts, call it end of April or early May, and you get 20 starts out of him, and you have the same performance as last year at a 3.84 ERA, and in 24, Fangraphs had him at a 1.3 WAR player, I would be thrilled with that. Would you guys not be? If he put up the same numbers as last year, 1.3 WAR player with 23 starts and a high 3 ERA, would that not be thrilling for this team? Given the fact that currently we're like, is Colin Ray our 5th starter? Given the fact that, again, I want to see Ben Brown really get the job. But I think that the way the Jed Hoyer and crew are looking at it is that there will be 5 to 6, there will be a 5th and 6th starter throughout the season. So why not just add another depth guy? That's kind of been the MO this entire offseason, is just kind of why not? Why not bring in Brad Keller on a non-roster invitee? Why not add Colin Ray for $5 million? That one, there is a few why nots in that one, if you ask me. Why not bring in Ryan Presley, even though he's past his prime? Why not bring in a guy like Ryan Brazier, who was just DFA'd by the Dodgers? And that's all added into a ton of depth and a ton of options that is actually going to work, I believe, very well into the Cubs' favor. Going back to the comments here. Let's see here. Going to Do not like Stephen Dunn. Do not like Lance Lynn at all. I'd rather Wicks or Assad getting starts unless 8 pitchers get injured. Doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, I would replace the Assad one because I think Assad is going to get starts either way. I would replace Assad or Wicks with Ben Brown. But yeah, I mean, you're allowed to not like a guy. It's okay. He may not even be on the team come the All-Star break. But again, it's kind of like, why not? Cubs still need an ace eventually, says Born to Run 99, hoping for Alcantara or Cease at the deadline, and all this other stuff won't be a big deal. 100%. I think if they can get Alcantara, who still has some team control, that would be phenomenal. But it's going to cost. It's going to cost. Who gets thrown off the pitching staff room? That's a great question. Let's go to the Cubs 40 man. Thank you for the question, Braxton Volk. So Cubs.com, that might be why Keegan Thompson was released today, FYI. This may be the reason that you saw Keegan Thompson released. I personally thought it was so that I was hoping so that Matt Shaw could be added to the 40 man and see him play in Japan. Which, by the way, I'm going to be releasing in about an hour here a video reaction from Jed Hoyer's presser the other day about Matt Shaw, about these decisions, about Cade Horton and Moises Ballesteros. Had some fun reacting and talking about what Jed Hoyer had to say. All right. You got to imagine it's going to be a pitcher because currently with Keegan Thompson being released today, I believe there's 23 pitchers on the 40-man roster. So easily slips in there, but you still have a decision to make. In Japan, currently not on the 40-man roster, is Reese McGuire and Matt Shaw and Brad Keller. You imagine one of those guys is going to be not on a taxi squad, but is actually going to be on the roster. So one of those guys still has to go. So that still leaves someone has to be traded or DFA'd or something along those lines. Interesting. I don't see Gavin Holloway on here anymore. Has anyone seen any news about Gavin Holloway being released? Gavin. Nothing. I don't see anything about that. So there you go. Let's count this out. Sorry, you're going to take a second to watch me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay. You know what? I think that's why. I don't think I'm on the 40-man roster. There we go. That was the issue. Okay. There's Gavin Holloway. So who else? Sad to say, really like the guy. I feel like Ethan Roberts, Braxton would be a decision that might be DFA'd. Let's see. Gavin Holloway. Feels like Gavin Holloway before Ethan Roberts, if I'm being honest. Other guys that you could potentially see, Caleb Killian. Maybe Cody Petit, but I don't think so. He's got 2 options left, and he just now got on the team, but he's a potential. And then I think those are really your only 2 options. You're not going to DFA any of the position players. I'm looking at the 40-man, and the only guys that maybe Vidal Brujan, but he's going to Japan, so no. Yeah, I mean, it feels like a Holloway. It feels like an Ethan Roberts. What do you guys think? Let me know. All right, we're going to wrap it up with a couple more of these comments, and then I'm going to go back to posting this video that I've got. It was a reaction to Jed Hoyer earlier today. Does it mean we're going to have no bullpen day this year, says Alessandro. I sure hope so. I do not like bullpen days. I think it will be Steele, Imanaga, Tyone, Boyd, and Lynn to start the season. I don't think it's going to be that to start the season. Lance Lynn has to ramp up. I mean, that would be surprising if Lance Lynn is making a start in the first week of the season. When did Jordan Montgomery make his first start last year? Let's look at that really quick. Jordan Montgomery, who is younger, made his first start. Well, it's going to take me a second. I got to bring up the game logs. He was signed very, very late. Blake Snell, if you remember, didn't make a start, I believe, until May. Yeah, Jordan Montgomery didn't make a start until April 19th last year. And Blake Snell, who, did he sign before or after Jordan Montgomery? Blake Snell did not make a start until... Oh, wow, never mind. Scratch that. He made a start on April 8th. but he was not good in his first 6 starts. Adding this up now on Baseball Reference. Sometimes, do you guys ever have issues with Baseball Reference adding things up? Sometimes it like takes forever for this. There we go. First 6 starts, 9.51 ERA from Blake Snell. That's why there's got to be some sort of ramping period. That's to me. If this deal, if you guys have seen anything too, I have not seen any updates on what this will be. I just saw. Let me read a couple of these on X. Will Stradamus says, "No, we keep getting older and older." I forgot he was still active. Weird pickup from Ann. He'll be 38 in May and weighs 280 pounds. We terrible F. Not Tony Hawk says. Weird as heck says Dave L. Nacio. No word on if it's a minor league deal or a major league deal yet. If it's minor league deal, it gives a little bit of leeway for him to get some innings in the minors, which I think would be great. Some reports saying it could be $100 million deal. Thanks, Jordan Cross. No, nah. If you bunt against Lance Lynn, he will throw a 101-mile-an-hour pitch at your head, says MLB White Sox. Just more depth, says Jacob. Yes, absolutely. Ray deal is more and more frustrating with every signing, says Braxton. Let's see here. What's up, Kyle? Says Ways World. What's up, man? Hoping for the best. I just think his stats haven't looked very good since 2021. Stephen Dunn. Come on, Stephen. Really? I just went over the stats. Those are solid. Aside from 23, right? 23 was the only bad year, and that was with the White Sox. The 2 teams, too, by the way. I hate how Fangraphs, you can't look at the 2 teams. It just combines it. When he was, let's just do that really quick. To me, it's the White Sox. Like 2023 is when they started being horrible, and then everyone who was supposed to be good just like was not good on that team after that. Yeah, 6.47 ERA with the White Sox, 4.36 with the Dodgers. Is that still good? No, but at least he was better. So to me, again, like if you eliminate the first half of the year of 2023, he has been a really solid pitcher going back to the worst year that he had before that was 2018 when he had a combined 4.77 ERA, and that was a long time ago. Yes, Jacob, I said the same thing. Lance Lynn reminds me of John Lackey, not afraid to say something to the umpire. I also like the fact that he can eat innings normally. I would hate the move, but more pitchers, the better. Absolutely. Okay, we're going to wrap this thing up. One more. Sure the Cubs will try and sell this to us. No, let's see here. Hi, Kyle. Dan from Kentucky. Hi, Dan. How you doing? It took Montgomery a while to get back, and he struggled bad, too. Yeah, Montgomery was not good at all last year. So that's the only concern I have. All right, thanks for joining me live. That is the reaction to Lance Lynn potentially joining the Cubs. It's not official yet, but Bob Nightengale says that they are working on a 1-year deal. We'll see if it's major league or minor league. Be on the lookout for the video that I've got coming up, reaction to Jed Hoyer from his presser the other day. Thanks for joining. Keep on subscribing. We'll see you guys later.